So you're going to Italy. Let me tell you what you should expect. Hey guys, so let's talk about Italy. So back in 2019, the wife and I decided we were going to take our spring break trip over to Italy. We would start in Rome, take a train up to Florence, then take a car over to Pisa for a little bit, then take another train back to Venice, and then end it all in Rome again before we flew back to New York to ultimately come back home. So when it comes to Italy, it was a great choice to pick for a European trip. It is a great culture there, a lot of friendly people, and really delicious food. So let's go ahead and start talking about when we first got there. So when we landed in Rome, so the airport of Rome is off from the city. It's probably about a 45-minute drive from the airport to actual Rome that you think about when you think about Italy. And in our case, we used the bullet train there to get us there, which was probably about a 20-minute ride, and the train was just flying through all the little suburbs and everything around Rome there. And then we come into the Roma terminal. And the cool thing about the terminals there, the train terminals, are that every train terminal, every train station, whatever you want to call it, is a kind of like a strip mall. Not even a strip mall. It's like an actual mall, and there's all kinds of little shops. Sometimes it's 2 stories where it'll be underground part and then a part above it of just shops. And when I say shops, I don't mean just like these rinky-dink little boutique shops or anything like that. It's actually like actual shops, actual restaurants and stuff like that. And kind of expensive stuff, to believe it or not, because that's the first place that anyone who's coming to the city they're going to see is the train station. So it was really cool seeing that, and like I said, it was at every single train station that we went to, whether it was in Venice, whether it was in Rome or in Florence. They were all the same. They all were kind of like a little mall. I mean, even like Victoria's Secrets there and stuff like that. It's like a full blown mall. So not only are tourists there, but actual locals are coming there to shop, which is really cool. But anyway, so we get our little taxi, and the cool thing about taxis is that all the prices are reasonable, unlike in America where taxi prices are outrageous. I remember when we went to Denver, just from the airport to downtown Denver, it's similar to the airport in Rome to, you know, downtown Rome, if that's what you want to call it. Uh, it was $100 for us to get there, but in Italy, the Uber and like Lyft companies like that don't exist because the taxi drivers protested the existence of those within the cities. So they don't exist, and it allows the taxi corporations to actually make, not have to have competitive rates necessarily, but also it doesn't make them have to drive up their price because they're losing so much business to those businesses. So taxi was actually really cheap. I mean, for about a 20-minute ride, we probably spent maybe like 3 or 4 euros, which is around $5 in American money there, US dollar. So that was pretty cool. But we were exhausted, so we went straight to our Airbnb. And throughout this, and I'll make a video specifically about the Italian Airbnbs, but we used Airbnbs throughout the whole thing. We didn't ever go to an actual hotel. And 2 reasons for that: price, the quality of space that you get, and also it immerses you into the culture there. and it allows you to be able to experience local people and their homes that they're lending out, or their apartments that they're lending out, and it was a great experience. So we went to our first one, passed out, woke up probably around 9 o'clock, and then went to we were hungry, so we went to go eat. And the great thing about Italy, once again, is that their times of eating are totally different from ours. Our dinner time is 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, or something. Their dinner time, it is not uncommon for it to start at 9 o'clock at night. And that really benefited us because we were able to actually go and eat. And I'll talk about more about the food in my food segment, Italian food, later on in this video series of Italy. But great Italian food. After we ate, we moved on and we walked around the whole place, and the life in Rome was amazing at night. So many people were out looking at things, and honestly, there's a daytime Rome that you have to experience and a nighttime Rome, and the nighttime Rome is just so beautiful. You have all these ginormous fountains that are all lit up and everything, and just flowing with the water, and it's just beautiful. And all of them are like sculpted out of marble and stuff like that. So it was a great experience just to experience that nightlife. So then we also encountered our first time the courtyards in Italy, in Rome specifically. The courtyards that you'll come up to, and they're like 15 to 20 feet below where you're at, and they're green. They usually have a whole bunch of grass and trees there, and ruins. So a cool fact about Rome is that New Rome is built on top of Old Rome. And so underneath New Rome is all the ruins and stuff like that aren't exposed. Now, there are some ruins that are like exposed up on hills and everything like that, but a lot of it is underneath the new concrete city. So it's really cool. We even stumbled across a auditorium, an old Roman auditorium that's underneath a like 15-story building. So that was really cool. And if I have a picture of that, I'll show you a picture of that. So looking at all these things was really nice at night. And then the next day we decided we were going to go to the Vatican. So we went to the Vatican, and the Vatican side of Rome was our favorite part. That whole area was just so beautiful, so well taken care of. The courtyard, when you first approach the Vatican, as you can see here in this picture, it's just completely breathtaking. And the size of it is breathtaking. The architecture that's around you is just beautiful, and it's amazing. But here you will encounter a whole bunch of people who are trying to make you buy packages. They'll come up to you, and they're like, and by packages I mean like group rates of tours and stuff. And they'll come up to you and they'll be like, hey, the line is the Vatican is closing, blah blah blah, the line is so long you won't be able to get in, but we can get you in for 40 euros or 70 euros or some outrageous price, really, per person. And they're like, we can get you in and have you have a personal tour and stuff like that. And it's great if you want to do that, sure. But these people are definitely lying to you, because what Ariel and I found is that once we walked around to the back side of the Vatican, which is where you actually enter to go and see the Sistine Chapel and stuff like that, the line was not that long. We stood in line for maybe 10 minutes and got in and paid our 10 euros to go into the Vatican. And then we went into the Vatican, got to see everything at our own speed without anyone telling us, let's move, without anyone saying, all right, keep the group together and blah blah blah, and giving us a whole bunch of information we didn't really want to see. We just wanted to be there to see the pretty paintings and the pretty pictures. And that's exactly what we saw. And you'll see in these pictures that there was just everywhere on the wall. The wall was covered with oil paintings and paintings from the medieval times and Da Vinci paintings, Michelangelo paintings, and pretty much every single Ninja Turtles paintings were on the walls, and it was an amazing experience. And there was also a whole bunch of statues and stuff like that in their museum part. And you can see me standing in line here. That was one of the lines that I had to stand in right there behind, I believe, Julius Caesar, which was pretty cool that he's still around and everything. But no, it was a beautiful place. They have courtyards within the actual Vatican, and they have so many people coming through, but it really moves. You move through the place, and believe it or not, there are so many, and I mean so many hallways that you will walk through, hall after hall after hall, and you come around the next corner and you're thinking, this is where it's at. This is the Sistine Chapel. This is what I've come here for. And you come around the next one, and you never find it. You really never find it. And it's not until the end. We walk through the place for almost an hour and a half. And remind you, these guys trying to sell me the package were like, oh, the place is closing, you're never going to get in. And we got in and everything was perfectly fine, so don't let them rip you off. But that was our time in the Vatican. Once we left the Vatican, that was our first time getting some real Italian gelato, and let me tell you, that stuff is amazing. Very creamy gelato, and it's nothing like what you will get here in America at Walmart or something like that. It's completely different. One thing that I did notice as I was eating my gelato is that Italy has a huge, especially in Rome, has a huge military presence. Almost on every street corner was one of their military vehicles, kind of like a Humvee, and then 2 soldiers at minimum with submachine guns just standing there and pulling guards at all different parts of the city. And I've learned that this is because these cities have asked for military support in terror situations, because the EU has allowed such an influx of immigrants to come in and everything from the Middle East, refugees and stuff. And sometimes, the terrorists slip through the cracks, so the military presence is there for that reason. But it was definitely a shock to my wife. I mean, I'm in the military, so it just looked like everyday at work kind of people. But to my wife, it was really like, wow, there's military at every corner here, with actual weapons and everything. They aren't just standing there without weapons or anything. They have fully loaded weapons. They have a chambered round. They are ready for anything that happens. And so that was something unique that we saw there. But yep, so that was our first time in Rome, and it was just amazing. We loved the Vatican side, and we loved the food, which I'll talk about later in another video. And the people were just so nice, from the cab drivers to the restaurant owners. They're just so nice, such a nice people there in Italy and in Rome. And so with that, I'll wrap up this video talking about our first time in Rome. The next video that I'll talk about is when we take our trip up to Florence and to Pisa. All of that wrapped into one. And then later on, we'll talk about our second time in Rome, which is the Colosseum side. So please, if you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know that you're there, that you find this interesting, and I'll continue it on. So y'all stay golden.